What's going on, everybody? It's Fate Dating Coach Elliot Scott. And as you can see by the title below, why did he leave you, okay? Or why did he cheat on you with ugly chicks? Why is he talking to you, but still talking to Betty from work who got some water coming out of her eye? You know, she got that water that just, I'm not trying to pick on, you know what I'm saying though? And you're like, I got nothing to worry about, but then you see them texting, you're like, why do guys do this? Okay, so jumping into this, I first want to touch on if the guy is dating you as like in terms of a relationship versus if he's not. So if it's in a relationship and let's say he cheats on you with some raunchy looking girl, okay? You know, this is cliche, I'm just going to throw it out there. It's not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. Ladies, it really doesn't. You know, when a guy cheats, I always say it's a personal reason. It's deep, it's personal. And the reason I'm telling you this is because even if he did, this is one of the reasons why, although I don't believe once a cheater, always a cheater, I do believe, you know, once a cheater, more likely to cheat again. It's deep. It's rooted, man. It's psychological. Humans are so obsessed with filling a void, validation, approval, approval-seeking behavior. We love IOIs, indicators of interest. And the reason for this is Mother Nature ingrained it into us. If my job as an organism is to survive and reproduce, aka living long enough in my ability to attract the opposite sex, if I'm failing at one of those, I have to compensate for it. So that's why you'll see like emotionally unavailable men or narcissistic men like manipulate women. You know, an emotionally unavailable man or a man of a lower value, let's say like he's a 4 or 5 or whatever, you know, he can't compete with the 8s, the 9s, the 10s. So what's he going to do? He's going to try to even the playing field by either stepping his game up, okay, or he could bring you down by like insulting you, manipulating you, or playing some type of games, love bombing you. Like there's a bunch of reasons why people do the things they do. So when a guy is cheating on you, ladies, it has nothing to do with you. It is him trying to fill some type of void, some type of insecurity that he has, okay? And it's just not you. It's just not you. Now, with that being said, well, what's it like when you and this guy are talking? You're not boyfriend, girlfriend, but you've been talking for a couple months. And for some reason, he's not getting off the apps. And not only that, all the girls he's talking to are some raunchy looking girls. I'm telling you, I have every other client of mine, you know, comes to me and says something about him talking to this other girl, and she ain't as pretty as me. And again, it's not my clients aren't like narcissists. They're not like egotistical. They're just being honest. And I tell them in the calls, like, be honest. Like, I want you to gloat. I want you to, you know, like, because I want to know the truth. And they're always wondering why these guys are talking. Like, she might be a 7, but this guy's talking to a 4 or 5 over here. Well, there's several reasons for this also, ladies. Number one, there is a difference in mindset of quantity and quality. Sometimes you might be a 10, but I say some guys rather have 3 7s than a 10. Okay, that's number one. Number two is the liabilities that come with each person. So if a woman is a 6, okay, and let's say you're a 10, not a 10, let's say you're an 8, right? And you want a relationship and he's not sure, I mean, he'll entertain you because he likes you, but he's not going to commit to the relationship because he doesn't know if he can give you that. So what does he do? He uses what's her name as an insurance, Betty, right? Fucking ugly Betty from I don't know, fucking human resources. I don't fucking know. You know, at his job, he's talking to her, and she's not as pushy with it. You know, he created some type of context, or what I guess contract, negotiation with her, like, hey, I don't know if I'm really wanting it. You know, but she goes along with it. Where you're like, no, I'm a high value chick. I'm not dealing. No, like you're gonna like we're doing this in hopes of progressing towards a relationship. If you want a guy who wants a relationship, great. But if the guy doesn't, he's going to focus more on quantity than quality. And the reason for that is not, it's everything I said, but it releases some type of pressure. When you're talking to multiple people, that tells the guy, okay, hey, in his mind, subconsciously, I'm not tied down. I'm not only talking to her, this, that, and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why guys do it. A lot of women take it personally when really it's not it really is not a personal thing. It's just where the guy's at, what he's looking, like, is he emotionally available or not? What's he looking for, and what comes with it? A lot of the times, like I said, if you're a high-value woman wanting a high-value man, okay, but he's not sure what he's looking for, he's not just going to commit to you, right? He's going to entertain multiple options. That's number one. I guess this is number three now. The third reason is when he's talking to these other girls, they're probably not demanding as much from him. If she's a 5 and he's an 8, trust me, ladies, I know this for a fact because I'll say 70% of you who come to me on the phone, right, as a client, like you do this. I always say the circle or the cycle of the spiral of death, right, is you desiring a man so much that you fear losing him to the point that you lower your standards in hopes to keep him around. He takes advantage of it, and then you wonder why you're in the situation you're in. That's Betty. Betty is lowering her value in hopes to get, not even lowering her value, just not speaking up, giving the guy the benefit of the doubt, giving him more chances, like whatever, going along with things in hope that something changes. She's giving him all this, right? Because he's the higher, I guess, in terms of value, 1 to 10, like he might be a 7 or 8 and she's a 5. She's going to do, like, a lot of people just do this. She's going to do that and take advantage of it, and he's going to take advantage of it. So when you look at it and you're like, why is he talking to her? Well, probably because you're demanding a lot from a guy who can't give you a relationship. Now, again, if he wants one, that's a different story. But a lot of women do not look at this. This is why I wanted to make this video. A lot of women look at it in like their own little frame, like their own little bubble, where it's like him and her. Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? I thought if a guy liked you, Elliot, he would move mountains for you. They'll say all that, but you don't know what he's doing on the outside of what you guys have. If he's unsure about you, he's not going to cut you off because he might regret it, but he's also not going to commit because he might regret it. Not only that, see, now I'm going down this rabbit hole. What are you giving him right now, okay, that basically, are you giving him the relationship benefits, the girlfriend benefits, without being the girlfriend? Because if you are, and I don't mean that in terms of sex, I just mean how much you're giving a guy in terms of intensity and quantity, and quality, I guess. But if you're doing all that and he's getting, his dick wet, sorry my language, but he's not your boyfriend, what would he get committing to you that he's not getting now? And is it as good as the deal he has now, which is he might not be getting 100% of the benefits, but you're giving him 70. I'll take that. When I have 3 fucking 7s over here, of course he's going to do that. Because what does he lose by committing to you? Again, a guy who doesn't want a relationship. What does he lose? He loses Betty, Bertha, and fucking Becky. I couldn't think of, he's losing these girls over here, right? And they might not be as sexy as you, look good as naked, but they do the job when you're not around. Or again, variety. It's comfort. But ladies, this is why guys do it. It's nothing personal. Usually it's a guy who can't make up his mind, or it's a guy trying to fill some type of void. When a guy's emotionally unavailable, what that a lot of the times that means is he has FOMO, fear of missing out. So he focuses on quantity to kind of like ease that thought. But what I want you to get from this this video is you have to think outside the box, not just what you guys have and why he's not doing this and that. Between like, it's other things. Well, what would he get committing to me that he's not getting now? How many other people is he talking to? What are their demands versus mine? It's all that type of stuff. Are they requesting as much? Are they as high maintenance as I am? Are they this? Are they that? Like what is he giving up? Like these are all really important questions. So that's why guys do these things, ladies. Now, if you're interested in working with me or you want to get my guides, links are down below in the description. Ladies, I love you all. Hey, I know you're high value. I know you're worth it. I know you're the shit, right? But you have to understand where our guy's coming from, okay? So, that being said, I love you all. Take care and peace.